I basically want to find out a little bit more about what you're doing in terms of marketing yourself. I always think it's interesting to find out about different businesses and what they're doing to get more business or just get their name out there. What works well for you?
So I think pictures and videos is probably the best way to sort of draw people in, especially with Instagram. So I have a lot of pictures of like kind of reaction shots of people like with their mouths wide open or laughing, that sort of thing. Because that's what people want at their event, is for their guests to feel like that. And so if I can kind of get across that the magic has that effect on people, I think that will resonate with people.
I think that's a nice way of looking at any sort of marketing for certainly for products or even services, to look at the outcome. And so you're looking at the outcome that people want, happy, memories are being generated. So they're the photos you pick. I think that's a good lesson for a lot of people who are trying to promote themselves, is to pick what that end goal is. How is your customer going to feel once you've delivered your service or they've got the product in their hands?
Yeah, I guess it's just getting in the head of your potential buyer. I think it's the main thing.
Yeah.
What are they looking for at their event? What type of people are they? What are they going to be looking for in someone they want to hire for their event? Reliability. So reviews is a big one for me. I've got reviews on my website and on Google.
And so you use them on Google. How else do you collect reviews?
Well, sometimes I have messages from people that have hired me saying like, thank you, you're amazing, whatever. And I put that on my Instagram story. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound so cocky there.
And you're like, yeah, I know.
But yeah, I kind of put that on my Instagram story for people to flick through, on my website as well. Yeah. So just anything that kind of shows that I'm experienced and qualified.
Yeah, that people have trusted you before. So it makes you less of a risk.
I haven't got so many reviews like this, but people that are sort of skeptical before they hire me, and then after they hire me, they're like, wow, that was amazing. I'm so glad we had you along. Yeah. Actually, I think I've won one review like that. Because a lot of people will, especially if they've never seen any magic before, they will be a bit skeptical. So if they've heard from someone in the same sort of position as them that has really loved the magic, I think that will go down quite well with them.
What else do you use? What other techniques?
So I've started using LinkedIn a bit more now, hence why I was at the LinkedIn event, because I'm trying to get into the more corporate side of things. So for the first time I posted like a video of me kind of explaining why people should have a magician at their event.
I saw that, but you know what? You didn't have any magic in there.
I did. Yeah.
You should. I mean, it's great. Yeah. You went through and explained that in 3 stages or whatever, but there's no magic.
On my Instagram, I have videos of me doing like just magic to the camera, so maybe I should incorporate that a bit more. But yeah, it was kind of my first time doing that sort of thing, because I wouldn't say I'm very confident in front of the camera. I think it's something that has to be that you learn, I guess, from doing it.
Well, you do. I mean, it's the same as you being confident in front of people in real life.
Yeah.
I mean, you're used to that now, and it's the same with the camera. You just get used to it time and time again. So with videos, I mean, I'll see if I can bring up your website, and we'll just show a couple on here. So this is just on your weddings page. You've got a little video. It's quite classy, a little bit of slow motion. Fiddling with the cards. It's very nice. So how did you put this together?
So I actually got at an event. This was in Manchester. I met a videographer at an event I was doing, and we got in contact. I liked his stuff, and then I asked him if he could film me. And then, he filmed it, and he did a great job. So he's filmed 2 of my videos, and I have another mate who's a videographer in Cheltenham now. So if I do any more stuff, he's going to film that.
I think it's definitely worthwhile, because you can see the tricks, you can see the reactions. I mean, you've got static photos further down on the page, but actually that video, it's really nice to see exactly how these things work. Demonstrates you in a real environment, so they can say, well, I've got that wedding.
Yeah, it kind of shows them what it's going to look like a bit more than a photo can, and how I kind of work with the crowd, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's come across really well. What other things are working well for you in terms of marketing?
So a big one is word of mouth with what I do. Same with most entertainers.
Referrals, yeah.
So yeah, I did an event at Queen's Club in London. Very, very nice venue, quite an exclusive venue. So like ordinarily it's quite hard to get into that unless you know people. So I actually had a mate who was a member there, and he got me a gig there. And someone at that event got me another gig, and someone at the other gig got me another gig.
Good, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And do you so the people you meet, do you follow them up in any way? So like the LinkedIn local, how do you do that?
Always. So if I meet someone at an event, I'll give them my business card, and if they have a business card themselves, I'll take that. And I usually try and find them on LinkedIn. And if I can't, I'll just send them an email, link to my website, maybe a video attached. Because people forget. I found like when I was starting out, people would be like, yeah, we'll hire you, and then you never hear from them. I mean, that happens. And
sometimes people are just being nice. Yeah, or they do forget. I've often found that. I haven't got one in front of me. Let me see if I can grab one. But I haven't had business cards for ages. But I always found that didn't always work, and sometimes actually it's quite nice for them to have something they can pin up. So I just put a load of pictures of all the different things I've been doing and different places, so they can see that I'm real. I know people; they're all having a good time.
Yeah.
And I think having something that people can keep like that is better. But then, as you say, following it up, actually taking that next.
That is definitely the main thing.
I don't know if you've heard of this using a service called BombBomb. Actually, they're one of the sponsors in this show. This bit's not sponsored, but I've been using it to send proposals.
Is this the video? Was that guy on your podcast?
Yeah, that's right, Jonathan.
Yeah. I think I've had a chat to him on LinkedIn. Actually, he got in contact with me.
Yeah. Oh, really? Brilliant.
Yeah.
He was really good. Actually, gave some brilliant tips. I really like Jonathan. But I've been using that software to test it out for sending proposals. For that very reason, to help, because you can speak to someone on the phone and maybe collect their email, but actually if you send that video through, especially if they've met you in person, it can help the connection stay a bit longer, deepen that relationship. No, that's cool. Now, something we were trying to do, or something I wanted to see if you could do, is a magic trick. Whether you can do a magic trick over this podcast that will also work in audio. So
we're gonna do our best. Yeah. So this is the first time for me. I think the best thing is to do is kind of describe what's happening.
Okay.
So I have a deck of cards here. I'm going to leave this in the screen the whole time. It's in a card box. So you're going to keep an eye on that and make sure I can't touch it.
Yes.
So as a magician, you kind of learn how to anticipate people's behavior. You kind of you can kind of look at someone and say they're this type of person, or they make this decision in this particular circumstance. So we're going to do that with you now.
Okay.
So I want you to imagine that you have a deck of cards in your hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm imagining.
Good. Imagine it. He's holding his hands up as well, as if he's imagining it. That's good. I want you to spread those cards out in front of you, face up.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, done.
So you got all the cards face in front of you.
Yeah.
And you're going to hold your finger above the imaginary deck of cards. I'm going to move it left to right. Okay. And you're gradually going to come down and land on one card.
Okay. And I'm not going to tell you what that is, obviously.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay. Done.
Okay. So your finger's landing on that card. You're going to turn that face down.
Okay.
Okay. So your card is the only face down card amongst all the face up cards.
That's right.
Would you agree that there's no way I could know which card you turned?
Not possible. No.
Not possible.
I'm not turning. For the people who are listening, I'm pretending to do this. So I pretended to.
It's all imaginary.
It is not possible. Yeah.
Okay. But as I said, I'm good at anticipating behavior, and I have a deck of cards here. And before this, I actually turned one card over. So for the first time, tell everybody what was the card that you turned over in your imagination.
The Ace of Spades.
The Ace of Spades.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I actually turned one card face down. Can you see this?
Yeah.
All the cards are face up.
Yeah. So he's removed the cards from the pack.
One face down card.
Yeah.
The Ace of Spades.
Yeah. Ace of Spades.
Booyah.
That worked really well. Thanks, Rod.
Thank you.
That's perfect. That's brilliant. Right, going to make sure that we include that in the extract.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Actually, it's a really good way of showing how magic can transcend lots of barriers. You don't have to do
I did my best.
Nice, perfect. Thank you. No, it did perfect. Thank you. Just before we finish off, is there, like, in your day-to-day life or home or work, is there a recommended tool, app, book, or podcast that you love that I can share with the audience?
Okay. Oh, let me think about this. I think any sort of note-taking app for just getting down ideas. It doesn't even have to be an app. It can just be like a notebook. I have a notebook at home, like around me all the time, just because kind of coming up with ideas in my subconscious. So I think having a good place to immediately write them down, so you have a collection of ideas, is a great thing to do, especially if you're developing new marketing ideas. So just keep track of your ideas, and they might not seem useful at that point, but in the future they might be useful. So just write everything down, I would say.
I think that's a really good tip, actually. I find a lot of people might have ideas, but they'll write them down or note them different places. Having one place, whether it's like a little notebook or I use notes on my iPhone. Yeah, I think that's crucial, because actually you get all ideas all the time. You're probably having them when you're going to sleep, when you're in the shower, when you're driving somewhere, and you need not when you're driving. Obviously, stop, pull over, then write the idea down. Yeah. But yeah, that's a really good tip. I like that.
Another thing is, this might not be relevant to everyone, but I find every time I perform, after every gig, I'll kind of write down a report of how it went. So I'll write down what tricks worked well, what didn't work so well, what I need to improve for next time, and also write down the contacts that I met, maybe describe the conversation we had or their appearance, just so like if I follow up with an email, I can kind of talk about something we chatted about at the event. It just makes it a bit more personal. Like, a lot of people receive like spam emails all the time. So
it does. I like the idea of that. I try and do something similar with their business card. So I'll write on their business card what we spoke about in brief, like a couple of keywords. So when I go back to them, I'm not looking foolish. I'm giving them the right information. And
you're not forgetting which person it is, especially when you meet a lot of people.
It does happen.
Sometimes.
If you found this podcast interesting, then you might like my marketing club. You can join for free to receive regular tips and advice so you can become more effective in marketing your business. Pro members get access to my live webinars every single month, along with all the previous webinars I've done. It's about 2 years worth now. There's even a podcast version that you can listen to while you walk the dog. You can find out more by visiting ratherinventive.com/club. That's ratherinventive.com/club. Bye for now.